The summer of 2010 brought thousands of Eritrean youth from all corners of the world to Eritrea, where many Eritreans experienced one of the best summers of all time. Not only did the youth get a chance to interact with each other and their counterparts within Eritrea, they also took advantage of the time in Eritrea to assist in rebuilding their homeland. The Orphanage Project is one of the many youth-run projects that was conducted throughout the summer. It is a project that provided several youth the opportunity to visit the orphanage in Eritrea and experience some of the most memorable moments in their lives. The Orphanage Project started in the summer of 2008 when a group of Eritrean youth from Europe visited the orphanage in Godaif, right outside of Asmara, the capital of Eritrea. The children at the Godaif orphanage come from many different walks of life. Some are children to martyrs who fought bravely to protect Eritrea, and others find themselves in the orphanage due to their parents having long-term disabilities like mental illness. Regardless of which path brought the children to the orphanage, the commonality among the children is the sadness of growing up without parents. After the visit to the orphanage, the Eritreans from the diaspora were inspired to help the children, who were able to find joy in every moment and still smile through the hardships they have faced. The group decided to start raising funds for the orphanage in Godaif, an initiative simultaneously aiming at inspiring and engaging others to feel a sense of ownership in guaranteeing the promise of Eritrea. This year, only 2 years after the first visit, with more people being aware of the initiative, the orphanage received more donations and visits than ever. The initiative to help the children through the grassroots level increased dramatically from the previous years. And this year, the group managed to organize several visits to the orphanage and purchase shoes for all the children, along with a TV, baby bottles, milk, and other much-needed supplies. Although the youth understand they cannot fill the void or make up for the absence of the children's parents, with relative measures, they had the opportunity to support the orphanage in helping the children lead a better life and envision a brighter future. The project on a large part was successful due to the help from various YPFDJ chapters from around the world, as well as NUA's Eritrea, who had served as the base for all the fundraising initiatives during the project. Collections were made around the world. Not only did the Orphanage Project manage to carry out the goals of the project itself, but they were pleased that they managed to get so many other concerned individuals to become involved and participate in helping to support their country as well. The cooperation during the 2 years have been extremely rewarding, and the success achieved in involving several other cities and meeting new Eritrean youth and parent volunteers while on the journey has been motivating. Watching the interaction amongst the youth from the diaspora and the children at the orphanage as they met for the first time and played together was a beautiful sight to witness. The overwhelming emotions of joy and happiness shared in that moment gave many of the youth a new attitude to life and encouraged them to be even more involved in helping their country than ever before. Shortly before his passing, the late Minister Salih Miki said that Eritreans are born with a duty to serve their nation. It is a duty that has been passed through generations. It is that continuous passing of duties through generations that is the promise, or hidri, of Eritrea. At this moment, that duty has arrived at the doorstep of the new generation of Eritreans. Eritrea is here today due to the bravery and courage of the generations before us who did not shy away from their call to duty. So we ask you today, will future generations be able to say that they made their part in fulfilling the promise of Eritrea? This is the time to answer that question. Despite the fact that a few people have managed to carry on the Orphanage Project for the past 2 years, there is much more to achieve in helping with rebuilding the country of Eritrea. And one way to measure whether or not these goals are being achieved is by witnessing the success of projects that aim at giving the children a better life. For more information on how to get involved, contact Samson Kebedom or Lemlem Fishaye or your local YPFDJ chapter leaders at the information listed on the screen.